Great Monday evening, April 26th, 2021. To God be the glory for yet another beautiful closing of a wonderful, balmy spring day. I don't know about you. I hope you enjoyed yourself and the blessings of the Lord, His mercy, His grace, His love. It's so funny. The Lord kept on blocking this video from this morning. I never skip morning and evening, but it was pretty much saying memory was full, and then it kept on knocking out, and then it gave me a prompt, a question, and then it had the two words, not now. Pretty much the Lord was saying, no, not now, not yet. I want you to read some more and life to happen today, and then come back to it this evening. And now I understand why. This is 2 Samuel, the 9th chapter, and it's talking about how, David was the king, and he asked his servant Ziba. He was like, is there anyone else? Now, he was still respecting Saul, even in death. He respected that man to the end. Remember, he killed a man, or ordered the man to be killed, because Saul asked for the guy to kill him. And David was like, you thought it was okay to kill God's anointed? So then he ordered the guy to be killed who was really following Saul's order. But David followed the Lord and respected Saul all the way until death. So now that he was king at this time, he asked his servant Ziba, hey, is there someone from Saul's household, his family lineage, who is still alive that I can bless? And we know who that was. Did you read it? It's someone with the same amount of syllables. You are Timotheus. Well, this guy from Saul's line is called Mephibosheth. And we know that Mephibosheth was a lame young man. And what happened was that the nurse ran when they heard about Saul and John being killed in the battles and everything. And the nurse ran, and she was carrying Mephibosheth, and he fell out of her arms. And I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, what if that incident didn't happen between the grandfather and the father? Perhaps Mephibosheth would have never fallen, right? Because there was no reason for the nurse to run. So a lot of times, what children or descendants are suffering from, it might be hereditary, it might be circumstances that are not of their own making, and they become lame. Mephibosheth lost the use of his legs, and he wasn't able to walk. But in 2 Samuel 9, it says that David had Mephibosheth come, and he fell on his face. He was so grateful to meet the king, and he reverenced him. And Mephibosheth received the words from David, behold thy servant, he answered. And David said unto him, I will surely show kindness for Jonathan, for thy father's sake, and will restore thee in all the land of Saul thy father, and thou shalt eat bread at this table continually. He blessed him. That's what the Lord wants us to do. And it might not be for that child's sake. It might not be for that person's sake. But you might have to go back and look at their ancestry. Say, I am blessing you because of your grandparents. You don't deserve it. Surely you don't. But I know that your grandparents prayed for you. The grandparents prayed for you even after they were gone. They were like, Lord, bless them into the future. I know your grandfather was praying for you, Timotheus, every day, and your grandmother, on both sides. So you are being carried on the prayers of them, and then your parents, and then so on. So in verse 9 it says, then the king called to Ziba, Saul's servant, and said unto him, I have given unto thy master's son, he's still calling Saul his master, all that have pertained to Saul and to all his house. The Lord has blessed him. He blessed him back then. The Lord has blessed us, and the Lord wants us to bless some folks who sure enough don't deserve it. What do you have to say about that, Timotheus? That's some good stuff. That, I'm telling you, that's the good news. That's mercy, kindness. We're talking about the fruit of the Spirit yesterday. Love, joy, peace, long suffering. Woo! When people don't deserve it, it's the grace of God because he's extended his grace to us. So something that we need to do in Proverbs 26, make sure, because we have the grace of God, because we have the gift of God, the mercy, the love, the kindness, we want to make sure that we are not like that dog out here that's returning to mess, that's returning to vomit and throw up. Is a fool who returns to their folly and foolishness after the Lord has delivered them. Why would you return to that mess? What do you have to say about that, son? It's because of the loving kindness of our Father. Oh, for the grace of God, but you, but any of us. So let's show kindness and love to those who don't deserve it. And if we can't look at them and bless them, think back on their parents who are no longer with us, or their grandparents or their great-grandparents, and honor their prayers. And we'll see that God is going to bless us extraordinarily. Amen. To God be the glory. He allowed this video to go on for that reason. I'll be still and know, look, our thoughts are higher. No, they're not higher. The Lord's thoughts are higher than our thoughts, and his ways are higher than our ways. We might not understand, but let's still trust him. Good night.